The tit, the most unassuming of bird species. The tit is from a large family of small passerine birds which mainly occur in the northern hemisphere. Members of this family are commonly referred to as tits throughout much of the English-speaking world. These birds are mainly small, stocky, woodland species. Some have crests or beards. Just like another animal, the Alba commune pine, they range from 4 to 8 inches. Many species live around human habitation and come readily for nuts or seed, and learn to take other foods. This message was presented by the DeWeather Institute for Climate Knowledge. The DeWeather Cares Knights Tits Kickball Tournament is coming this October and benefits 4 cancer-related charities. See DeWeather Center on Facebook for more information.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Highside Hustle right here on the National Racing Network. My name is Bert Wojcik. Alongside me, as always, is Adam, Big Sexy Rubright, and Chris Graham, our executive producer. And boys, we survived the Tuscarora 50 weekend. What a weekend it was. A lot of great racing, great weather. Oh, you couldn't have asked for just a funner time. And yeah, what a weekend, boy.
Yeah, it was a good weekend. Definitely enjoyed myself. Went to Linda's on Friday and got stupid drunk on Saturday, but it was a good time.
No, you never. I don't believe it.
I am a saint.
You are a saint. Well, another man that's a saint is going to be our guest. Join us on the Fredericksburg Eagle Hotel hotline here in just a second. He picked up the Tuscarora 50 win on Saturday night at the Port Royal Speedway. He is also the 4-time track champion. He clinched that this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Logan Wagner, my guy. Congratulations, buddy. Welcome to the Highside Hustle. Hey, but first off, congratulations, man. That was, wow. That was all sorts of emotions going on there on Saturday night. And let's just start off with it off the bat here. Tuscarora 50 winner. You and I have talked about that for a long time. And to actually do it, how's it feel to put your name in that book?
Yeah, man. You know, like we started off Thursday with really good speed. And we've seen 3 different tracks all weekend. You know, we've seen fast, we've seen medium, we've seen sort of slower, and it picked up and then dropped off. But that's the fortunate thing about Port Royal is you can have 3 tracks and 3 types of racing. But it's such an honor to not only get that track championship for John and Pee Wee, but then to back it up Saturday, be in contention for the win, and then ultimately take that win.
So how much pressure was taken off of you going into Saturday knowing that you already had the track championship clinched? Like, the Saturday kind of feeling almost refreshed, if you will. You didn't have to worry about that lingering background.
Yeah, anytime you win the track championship and then, like you're done with just running for points in general, you get that weight lifted off your shoulders. And I feel like that's that way every year. And Saturday we just go out for the win, and that's really what we're running for. You don't have to, we can conserve the car throughout the race, but we're not trying to battle a points deal. So um, I had like a sense of calm come over me Saturday for some reason. It was just like, I know what we need to do. Tommy knows what he needs to give me, and even the whole crew. We're here for one reason. That's to win the Tuscarora 50. And there was so much determination going into that, and I was ecstatic. We set quick time, like 3-4 tenths quicker than anybody, and then backed it up with running from fourth to first in the heat race past cars. Had a perfect night, had a sweep night, and that's the best I've felt all year up there. But it wasn't like we snapped our fingers and magically something appeared and it worked. We've been working on that for the last 4 years of running that exact line, that exact track, those exact lap times. So, it really pays off being there night in, night out, and running on those surfaces.
Yeah, and not only did you have to earn the win, you had to pass the all-time leader in Tuscarora 50s, and that's Lance DeWeese, an 8-time winner with an oil leak, nonetheless. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, Logan. With about 4 to go, and I'm watching this tail tank just turn blacker and blacker and blacker. There's no way this car's going to make it to the end. No way. And it just seemed like you found the right move at the right time to get underneath him, and it was a beautiful move. I mean, you got around him or on the low side in 3 and 4, then try to rip the top on 1 and 2. But did you notice anything about the tail tank? Like, it was starting to get blacker and blacker when they started to get that oil leak.
They had the oil leak early in the first 25, and if memory serves me correctly, they fixed that after that 25, and I think the only thing they had then was maybe some oil coming back on the car. And I know maybe his vision was impaired or whatnot, but he still hit the exact line he wanted, 2 into 3 and into 1 every single lap, and drove a heck of a race. And at the end of the day, there was 28 other cars out there, and only one of them passed him. It comes down to Lance being Lance and Lance doing Lance things, just making it work. I mean, we seen it at Williams Grove years ago where his wing completely collapsed and he fought off Greg Hodnett for 3
Yep.
laps. And I guess if Greg would have got by him, we all would have said, well, if Lance's wing wouldn't have broke, he wouldn't have lost. But, if it coulda, shoulda, woulda, it's, preparation meeting opportunity. We capitalized on someone else's misfortunes, and no one else capitalized that night. Macri didn't get by him. Was he slow? Slower, possibly. But we still did everything we needed to do and racked up a perfect night. We were quick time. We went from fourth to first in the heat. I don't recall Lance being quick time or even Macri. They said, I was listening to Elliott's podcast, and they were really hung up about Macri passing me in one corner out of 100. I mean, we run literally 100 corners that night. Macri got by me once, and all of a sudden the whole game's going to change, right? All of a sudden Macri's going to walk away with a 50. Was he happy to see the yellow? I'm sure he was happy to see the yellow. Was I happy to see that restart get called back? Absolutely. That's sprint car racing. We're out there doing as best as we can for the short amount of laps that we run. And we did a really damn good job of it. And I'm saying, like, the crew, the car, everything we needed to do, we did that night. So it's really a testament to how good that car is and how well they capitalize on other people's misfortunes.
So let's go to the fuel stop. Obviously, you had a good first 25 there. You're sitting in the fuel stop. You're talking with your guys. What's the confidence level knowing that, all right, this might be our year to finally track down this Tuscarora 50.
Yeah, like the big picture was in sight. We're in position. In years past, we've started back. We've started 25th, and we've run up to top 10, and I think we run like 4th in it, 7th in it the one year. But I've always said if we can position ourselves in the top 5 at that halfway point, then we can we can get the job done at the end, as long as we conserve our tires and do all the right things we need to do. So honestly, after the heat race, they didn't even touch the car. Like it was that good. And after that first 25, we didn't need to touch the car. All we need to do is put fuel in it and roll. And you know, I seen Lance sort of battling and doing everything, spraying his wheel and trying to clean his shield and everything. And I thought, you know, I'm just going to go out here and run my race. And when he got by me, I knew he was coming. I was pretty surprised that he was tracking down Rico and running as hard as he did early, because that wasn't in my books. I was going to let Rico go and let Rico do Rico things, and which was just balls to the walls, and that's what Rico does. But I was I was pretty I was pretty surprised seeing Lance run the way he did early. Um, and then ultimately, you know, late in the race, we had tires. Like we had tires under us, and that's why we could pull those slide jobs or those drive jobs that we did, and drive it in as hard as we did. And we had a really good stick late towards that race, that ultimately led to that win.
Yeah, and you mentioned earlier is that you saw three different tracks over the weekend. Is that you had the fast heavy stuff on Thursday night, you had the up on the top ripping the fence down slick stuff on Friday night, and then Saturday I think Steinley hit it. Steinley hit that track beautifully on Saturday night. I thought. I mean, and I think everyone that went up to Port on this weekend saw the best of everything, and they saw too why you are a four-time track champion. You put yourself in the right positions to win these races and to get into the right positions, and that's what gets you the track championship is consistency. I mean, this is only your second win on the year, if I believe right. If I was looking at right here, I mean, in your other times you're in the top 5, top 10. You're not making mistakes like the other guys have, and that's kind of costing them a or chance at the championship here. Well, racing with your old man too, battling with your old man for the track championship as well.
Yeah, I'd like to know the stats. I mean, I don't think we finished out of the top 5 for the first like 12, 15 races, and a lot of those were top 3. And we were in contention a lot of times, but again, we just had to save our stuff, right? You know, and not really bang the boards or not tear a W link out of it or not blow a tire because we had to finish the races. So, yeah, I mean, I think the consistency absolutely plays a factor in a world where it's so commercialized and there's so many parts and moving equipment on these race cars that everyone else has that are out of our control that can go bad or go wrong. You know, it comes down to general maintenance through the week with those MCO guys, and they really make it happen. And I feel like if they're making it happen, then I got to make it happen on the track, and it's our main focus year in year out. And then also winning races. So we won the Keith Kaufman Classic up there, then we won the Dream Race, then we got that Tuscarora 50. But to be honest, like I think probably 75% of the time we were top 3 at Port. We're fortunate enough whenever we do have the races that that are higher paying races like the Dream Race or the All Star Race, we can get up towards the front. We can start in the top 6, and we're not having to start 9th or 12th and battle those cars. So that makes it a little easier to win those races. But then you're up against tougher competition. But yeah, consistency is key in the ever so changing world of sprint car racing.
That's for sure. We have our first question from one of our wonderful viewers. Jennifer Gatsley wants to know, how do you contain your excitement / your nerves the last few laps when it was pretty clear that you had a faster car and had a legitimate chance?
Good question.
Yeah, you know, it's so tough. I was talking to Tim Schaefer at Knoxville this year, and Tim won the Knoxville Nationals, and he said, you know, whenever he was taking the white flag and going down the backstretch, he kept on saying to himself, I'm going to win the Knoxville Nationals. I'm going to win the Knoxville Nationals. And he got into his own head and almost spun it out in turns 3 and 4, missed his line completely. And, you know, I had that sense of calm over me all night and just knew what we had to do. And when I got by Lance, I thought, okay, let's go. Let's roll Lance's line. You know, I upset him on the bottom, and then I rolled off Whittle's right rear, which I didn't do for the whole second 25. I never run the bottom. And so that was a different line. And I didn't really know how well it would stick that late in the race. And it worked. And when I got to Whittle's right rear, I thought the white flag come out. So I was just like, I just need to maintain my stuff and catch the air off Whittle's top wing. And And we did that. And I slipped up a little bit coming off 4, but I knew I had good drive. And when I crossed the checker, I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I just won the Tuscarora 50. And at that point, you're looking in the infield and everyone's on their coolers and the whole entire infield's on the fence. And then you look up in the stands and people are on the fence. It's so cool. It was such a packed house. And I was so happy to do it for all our sponsors and all the people that support us night in, night out, all our great fans, because we've had ups and downs this year. We haven't had the wins we've wanted, but at the end of the day, they want to see the wins, and to do it on that stage that night for 54,000, that was, man, I couldn't have dreamt anything better.
No, absolutely not. And you brought up Knoxville there, and obviously this has to make up for Knoxville disappointment that went on out there, and it was really cool to see you guys get off the porch and go out to bring the Zemco one out there. And I know it's not the result you guys wanted, but how much of an experience was it to go race out in Knoxville finally and go kind of see what that place is all about, especially like again with your dad?
Yeah, so Knoxville, not a lot of people know this, but Thursday night in warm-ups, we had some fueling issues and Byrne a piston up in the motor, and so we had like 90% leak down on that cylinder, and we never knew it till we brought the car home. So we were 100, 200 horsepower shy at Knoxville the whole time. Didn't even know it. It makes sense. We had the car right, but I felt like we just didn't have the power, and that was probably the reason why we didn't have the power. So, man, I really love to give it another shot, and I hope Zemco can get back out there and really show what we can do, because it wasn't really a fair run with all the issues. But Knoxville's Knoxville. You have the 100 best cars in the country, and you're competing on the biggest stage in the world. So just the environment out there is top notch.
Absolutely. And you bring up Zemco there, and obviously Adam and I are a couple boys from Scoop County here, and Zemco is massive down here in southern Scoop County, just based over in Tower City. And
So cool.
you, John and Pee Wee get hooked up 4 years ago, and talk about what that relationship has been like the last 4 years. Because I mean, obviously, we gotten to know you very well here, but you're doing Zemco a big justice here, because that car was struggling the last couple of years until you got in that seat, and now it's really starting to pick back up again. And it's
I
awesome to
appreciate
see that car.
Well, it's awesome to hear that, because your whole everything's uncertain when you first step in that seat. You don't know, if you're going to be like the last guy, or you're going to be better, or you're going to be worse. You just don't know. And I just knew we had to bring a lot of determination in 4 years ago, and I feel like we did that, and we had fun doing it, and that led to some success there early, and ultimately later into 19. But it's cool to hear people say like we sort of revived it a little bit. The fire was always burning at Zemco. It's just who can keep the candle lit. Honestly, you just have to have the right group of guys together. And I don't think Blaney had a fair run at it. And I sort of seen the writing on the walls there. He lost George and had that incident in
Right.
in Florida, which hurt him mentally. And then to turn around and his buddy got hurt too. And it was just a bad year for Blaney. And I don't think it was anything about his driving. I think it's just unfortunate series of events happened for him. So, when I caught word that he was out, I was all over it. I knew it still had speed. I knew it still could time trial. I knew they had good motors. I knew, the crew was stout and they had so much experience. I mean, Tommy Carl worked under a lot of top name crew guys, Davey Brown for years, worked with Davey. So to be able to run against Davey even for the 50 and outduel him with Tommy is just like, it just shows so much on experience and experience in these cars and experience setting them up. You got Tommy Carl and Davey Brown running first and second at the 50. That's just goes to show you how well it's all put together.
That's for sure. And I always enjoy the reference of Logan Wagner, the pilot. For those of you who don't know, his full-time profession is an airplane pilot, which, not gonna lie, I love the Instagram stories. Like some of the most beautiful places in the world. You get to see living through your Instagram story on a regular basis. But I mean, kind of the obvious on where the nickname came from, but who is Logan Wagner off of the racetrack besides being a pilot?
Yeah, man, I'm just here to have a good time. I race sprint cars. I fly airplanes. I have my beautiful daughter up there. I get to spend family time. I mean, dude, I have a really good life, and I try to juggle it all. It's tough to race and fly and have a family and manage it all, and then try to run a business and do this and do that. You don't have time for everything. So I've watched this. I listened. It's a audio book. It's called Shoe Dog by Phil Knight, the owner of Nike. And at the end of his book, his main regret was spending time with his kids, spending time with Matthew, which was his kid that ultimately lost his life. And it comes down to the owner of Nike, one of the most successful entrepreneurs you could ever even think of, looking back on his life and saying, man, I wish I'd have spent more time with my kids. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to go out here and run 100 shows a year, 150 shows a year, and be away from my kids, So it's all about juggling it, man. It's all about juggling life. And honestly, if I look back on my life, hopefully 10, 20, 30 years down the road, I get to say, man, I think I did it right or did everything I wanted to do. I still won races. I still got to fly. I still got to see the world. I still got to spend time with my family. So, man, I just like having a good time. I like drinking beer and partying with you fine folk and just being a normal person. I'm no different than you or Bert. It doesn't matter, man. I like to have a good time and live every day like it's my last.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is why you should be a fan of Logan Wagner right there. He is literally one of the most down to earth guys in this world. And man, I tell you what, it was. I'm not gonna lie, I was pulling for you pretty hard on Saturday night, and to see
I
you get that
appreciate
win
it,
up
man.
there
Thank you.
was pretty badass. And also to watch the sun come up with you on Sunday morning.
Oh, dude.
That was, I knew it was gonna happen. We knew it was gonna happen because there's certain people that would win the 50, and the place would burn to the ground. And if a Wagner won the Tuscarora 50, it was gonna burn to the ground. Sure enough,
Yeah,
we did that. The Blue Beacon. And you
did it.
mentioned your family there too, because the whole family's involved in this operation, and it's
Yeah,
so
my
cool to
mom and dad
see.
were up till 7. Like, what were they
Yeah,
doing, man? They were
yeah,
they were
no,
partying
no,
till 7 too.
yeah. What was it? Your dad came over till, oh God, what I had to be God, that had to be about 3:34 in the morning when your old man came over, and I'm like, what are you doing up, boy? Oh God. But hey,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
it's so cool to see how close knit you guys are, and um that's really got to help you out mentally. Very tough racing world where a lot of it is, yes, you got to have a good car, you got to have a good driver, but mentally you have to be fit. And when you have a tight knit family like that, that's got to help you out so much.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I sort of spent a little bit of history on myself in like 2001, 2002. I was 11 and 12, and my dad ran with the All Stars, and we traveled all over the country racing with the All Stars in this old white van. And it had like 250,000 miles on it. We all spent every single weekend in it. I remember leaving at 7 a.m. on Saturday morning, driving clean to Eldora, getting rained out, and driving the whole way home and getting back at 7 a.m. the next day, Sunday morning. And it was just what we did. I just thought it was normal. And going down to Florida every year and then get to see our extended family that we got to see all summer. Um, that's what keeps this whole thing going. We're all family. I see you guys more than I see some of my own family, my first cousins. So, when everyone says, hey, we go to the races, it's not just the races, it's the environment, it's the camaraderie, it's the people, it's the relationships you build. And I'm so fortunate to still have my mom and dad's health and my grandmother and grandfather's health. And still fortunate enough to have that tight knit group and being able to race with dad night in, night out. I can't think of anything better. Honestly, it's so cool to even just party with them till 7 in the morning, after you just won the Tuscarora 50 and the biggest race of your career. And you got the job done. It's cool to hear your old man say he's proud of you.
Yeah,
That's for sure. And before I get to my next question, I gotta say, since you brought it up in last little bit of a segment there, your business side of things with the t-shirts and your new apparel line, must say the Zemco Speed Equipment draw bag that you were giving out at Knox, a t-shirt or
Yeah.
whatever you bought, excellent carry on. I mean,
Thank you, man. Yeah.
I
You
had
had that
so
in
much
mind, didn't you?
nonsense stuffed in that thing. Like,
Oh yeah.
just, oh my God. Like, the thing was practically overflowing. The flight attendant was probably like, the heck is this kid doing? But
Yeah.
we were talking about it before the show. What are your plans for the rest of the year here? Besides drinking beer.
You know, I think more so than anything, we just want to finish off the year in a strong suit. Um, you know, we want to go and we want to run the National Open at Sealands Grove because we won that one in 2019. And we have speed right now, so we want to carry that speed into that. Then we want to turn around and come back to Port Royal and have our way with the Outlaws. I mean, you look at guys right now that are in contention to win, and there's a lot of really good all stars. Look at Tyler Courtney, what he did out at Eldora. Um, look at Logan Schuhart, what he did the other night. So I'm really looking forward to seeing our speed and seeing our speed against the Outlaws at Port. And then really just capping the year off there. I wouldn't be doing myself a favor to go to the National Open, especially considering I have less laps there than even the Outlaws do. This year, we're not doing ourselves any favors there. So, um, yeah, probably just call it a year, really. We did what we needed to do this year. We got our championship. We got the Tuscarora 50 win. We got other wins. And just turn around and look forward to next year, see what happens next year.
Absolutely, buddy. Absolutely. Well, hey, I really want to see Evan smash a cake in your face again at the Sealands Grove
Right,
National
National
Open.
Open.
That came up on my memories today. I think it was. So I think
Dude.
that's what 2 years ago. So that was to talk to you after that big win and to talk to you after this massive win, dude. It is an honor and a pleasure to call you a friend. I love watching you race. It was a pleasure calling your races for the last couple of years, and
Yeah.
it's been a fun ride, man. I'm so happy to be able to have you on the new show here. But before we let you go, who do you got to thank for your win on Saturday night, and who's helping you get up and down the road for the entire season here?
Yeah, man. More so the John and Pee Wee's and Midas Zemco #1. I mean that whole deal operates to the best of its abilities. And you know, I got to thank Tommy Cream, Craig, uh, Andrew, Doug. Those guys just have that thing locked into the surface. DM Truck and Trailer Service, all things automotive, Sander Brothers, CES Engineering, um, you know, Riccioni Auto Body, Zemco Header, Zemco Speed Equipment. It's a group effort, and without one of those, we wouldn't be where we are. So it's a full family circus that makes it work.
Absolutely, brother. Hey, Evan wants to know if dinner's on you tomorrow night.
Yeah, right.
He's posting on the phone.
Not
exactly.
Not happening. Not happening.
No, oh, there you go. Attaboy. Logan,
Not
thanks so much for coming on, buddy. Great talking to you. Great seeing you this weekend, man. And best of luck. And hopefully we'll be talking to you here towards the end of the year again, man.
Hey, thank you guys so much. Take care.
Take care, buddy. See you later. There he goes, Logan Wagner off the Fredericksburg Eagle Hotel hotline. And wow, that was a great conversation. I love our conversations. Yeah, that was fun. And yeah, it was so much fun to just be around those people. Ellen was a mess on Saturday night. Mike was one of the first ones at Victory Lane to see that, and I love that family so much. I do, and it's been a pleasure to know him and them for the last couple of years, and to watch him get the Tuscarora 50. And man, I tell you what, nothing against Lance, but and I know you got to try to be unbiased as you possibly can around here, but man, I tell you what, I was pulling for them because that is such a good family. That is such a good bunch of people there.
Absolutely. He's such a cool dude. You know, every time we've wanted an interview or hell just swung by and chatted for a little bit, he's so gracious and more than willing to talk to us and give us whatever kind of content we need. And he's such a cool person on and off the racetrack. If you've never met him, I strongly suggest you stop by the Zemco trailer one night and just say, hey.
Yeah. And you will have your ear talked off, no doubt about that one. So, all right, folks. Yes, Adam, you said about pulling up a commercial break. Let's do that real quick. Let's regroup, and when we come back, we will recap our own weekends here that we've had and get you ready for this coming weekend with the big one coming up, oh boy, we have 4 big races paying over 10 grand this weekend here, including 2 paying 20 grand, a 30 grand rate. Oh boy, there's a lot to preview here, folks. So stay tuned. You're watching the Highside Hustle right here on the National Racing Network.
If there's one thing every car guy hates, it's cleaning the garage. Do you want to take most of the time and hassle out of that job? Then call Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Agnes and her crew will have your garage, shop, basement, or even your porch looking great all the time. With unique patterns and designs, plus the ability to incorporate your logo or any artwork, your space will never have looked better. Installation is done in 1 day, guaranteed, and Zone Garage offers a 20-year warranty on the top coat. Their coatings are durable, anti-slipped, and impact resistant. Give them a call at 570-856-6067. That's 570-856-6067 for Zone Garage of East.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Highside Hustle right here on the National Racing Network. Bert Wojcik, Adam Rubright, Chris Graham, our producer here, and that time of the show where we get into where we saw this past weekend. And Adam, you went down to Linda's on Friday night to go see our boy Rondo again, and it's good to get back to Linda's.
Rondo. It was. Man, Mike Fry had that place cowboy up. It was a good time, actually. I mean, no, cowboy, yeehaw, good time.
Well, an extra pull down on the rope, get her.
Oh yeah, get that
cowboy up.
Yeah, get them belts just a little bit tighter, and let's full send it. Good time. Interesting time. The micro feature was good. Both of them. I didn't stay for the 50 lapper for the modifieds, but it was like pushing 11 o'clock, and I just wanted to get the heck home because I was tired. But yeah, that was good. Definitely enjoyed my first time there in, God, probably 5-6 years. So it was good to get out to an old stomping ground, so to speak. Saturday, we already talked about it, Port Royal. Drank a whole lot of beer.
Yeah,
whole lot of beer.
We enjoyed ourselves.
But yeah,
Saturday.
Good time, good weekend. Can't wait to see what this weekend has in store, but we'll get to that in a little bit here.
Yes, sir. So
how was your weekend?
Well, pretty. Part of my language, pretty fucking awesome. Pretty fucking awesome.
Good.
Friday night, went down to Georgetown. I'm going to help out URC there. I get a text on Friday morning from Ryan Stillwagon. Hey, is your voice feeling all right? I'm like, or is your throat hurt? And I'm like, yeah, no, why? What's going on here? He's like, oh, I don't get anyone sick in the booth tonight. I'm like, Ryan, am I announcing tonight? He goes, yep. So, ladies and gentlemen, we made our announcing re-debut on a return on Friday night down to Georgetown, and that's not the race I wanted to make my debut at, just for the fact of so much carnage down there. And first off, we're thinking of Mikey Thompson right now. Last I heard, he's doing pretty well. I'm not sure if he was released in the hospital yet or not from down in Christiana. Delaware after a very, very nasty flip. And had to get life flight out of there, but he was alert, conscious, and hopefully he's doing well. And we're thinking of him, and hopefully you get to see him back in behind the wheel 11T winged and wingless car pretty soon here. But yeah, good sprint car race. Josh Weller leading most of that race. It was cowboy up a little bit, but mostly because they had so much rain in Delaware on Wednesday into Thursday, and it was so hard to get the ruts out of it. But good job by Brett and them to get the track at least race or in race condition. And that thing was juiced up pretty much until towards the end of that race there. And Tyler Ross, he's having a good year himself. He has 3 4 10 wins down at Lincoln and goes out, picks up his first 360 win. He's been on the cusp of one for the last couple years, and he goes out, gets one, gets around well over 2 to go, and that was a lot of fun. A fun race. Georgetown's a great track, and had a fun time down there. And then on the modified side of things, Billy Pouch Jr., what a week he had. We'll probably discuss that here in a little bit. By the way, if anyone has anything for us, leave us a comment down in the comment section below. If you want to discuss anything with us, let it fly. We're open for anything and everything. But yeah, good weekend for Billy Pouch there to pick up the win over Ryan Watt down in Georgetown on Friday night. Then Ross Robinson, also got to give a shout out to him. I saw him. Obviously, most people know he lost his father last week, and I was kind of surprised to see him at Georgetown. And when I saw him in Georgetown, I'm like, well, there's your late model feature winner. Sure enough, goes out, picks up the Rush Crate late model win. So good on Ross, and good to see him get out there, get the win for his dad. And I know it was a tough week for him as well. But yeah, good night down at Georgetown. Like I said, I wish it was kind of under better circumstances, but it is what it is when you can get back after it. So, all right, let's get into Port Royal. Tuscarora 50. What a night. We drank a lot, saw a lot of great people, a lot of great friends, and the racing itself, I am glad we waited till Saturday night to go, because that was probably the track we've seen all, maybe close to all year up there. It wasn't hammer down, stupid fast like Thursday night. It wasn't razor thin cushion on Friday night, ripped the fence down. Corey Lysenko went over the fence on Friday night. But yeah, Saturday night, as Logan said, I thought Saturday night was probably the best track of the weekend.
Yeah, I'd agree. After looking at it after hot laps, I was like, are we really gonna see a good race here tonight? But man, was I proven 100% wrong. Track really came around.
Didn't rubber up either.
Good for the heat races, and then like feature time, man, that place just really came to life. Definitely enjoyed myself at Port Royal. I don't get up there a whole lot, but good times. Definitely glad to see Logan win. Local guy, fresh off another championship up there. He's been trying so damn hard to get that Tuscarora 50 win. So again, hats off to him and congratulations. Yeah, good times, but Big Sexy and a late model at Eldora. Do you need to say anything other than that?
No.
I mean, the year of Brandon Overton having such a monster year just continues with the 51st World 100.
Yeah, Big Sexy. That was. Oh, we'll start with this. Last Wednesday night, I thought both features were really good. T-Mac coming from ninth was a lot of fun to watch.
Yes, it was.
Johnny Scott getting the win, but Overton is in our world. Then he goes out and on Friday night goes out and wins a prelim night, and doing the research for the show, that was his 6th straight win at Eldora in a late model. 6th straight Eldora, and he won the last 3 crown jewels. And Greg Sarley, he picked up another win at Eldora too. So, but obviously, as you said, the main story, Big Sexy Brandon Overton going out there and just continue this monster season that you expect to see out of a guy like Shepard or Davenport or one of those guys or McCready. But Overton is making a name for himself this year.
Yeah, that's for sure. And then, of course, Davenport goes out and wins last year's version of the World 100. I didn't see many highlights of it, not gonna lie, but I mean Davenport
I
just
haven't
kind of
either.
do Davenport things. So
Yeah, I know. I mean, Davenport's good at Eldora. I mean, it's his fourth globe, and he knows how to get around that place. Davenport's a wheelman when it comes to that place. So good on him. And
yeah,
yeah. So and we crowned some champions this past weekend as well. Down at the Grandview Speedway, we crowned Craig Von Doren a 12-time NASCAR modified champion, and Dwayne Howard bookending the point season, excuse me, with wins. Oh, I didn't want that coming out on air. Dwayne Howard, he won the Bruce Wilder Moneymaker at the start of the season, bookends it with the last points tonight win on Saturday night. So good on Dwayne, and that's going to give him some momentum going into the Sixer coming up here this Saturday night.
which cannot wait for, to be brutally honest. 76er is always one of my favorite races of the year, just because looking at it from past years as a crew member, you know, you at 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, you roll through tech, you know, you kind of hope for the best throughout the day, and as the day goes on, the tension in the air kind of just gets just a little bit thicker throughout the day, and then once hot laps goes, it's game on from
baby.
there. But I can't wait to see it from a different perspective this year of just covering it media wise and doing the whole photo gig. But it'll be cool. The atmosphere at the Sixers like no other. I mean, you've seen that place on a regular Saturday night. You've seen it on the Thunder on the Hill show where it's absolutely packed, and then 76er rolls around and you ain't got nowhere to park because of all the campers. So it's one of my personal favorite events throughout the year. So can't wait. Probably gonna get there right around hot laps. So pray for me parking wise.
That's right. Oh God, you have a wedding. That's right.
No, the wedding's for the National Open. My one buddy's little girl's birthday was
That's right.
yesterday, so I'm gonna head to her birthday party on Saturday afternoon before I head to Grandview. So
That's right. Hiya, Chris.
What's up,
Welcome
boys?
to the show, buddy. How
Thank
you
you.
doing?
and as Logan pointed out, there's nothing better than family and friends. So if it means missing hot laps, so be it.
So be it, because you got to park all the way down Pottstown.
Yeah.
Nah, I'll just park at Colton Casey's or Brad's or somewhere.
All right, Mr. VIP over here, Chris. What's going on?
I want to get your opinion on something here, gentlemen.
Let's have it.
It's not just Sixer weekend. Super Dirt Car Series will also be running, along with
and the Fonda
200 for Brett Deo's Short Track Super Series. Who goes where and why?
Okay. So
hold on.
Do you want to go first?
So
go ahead.
If I was Stuart Friesen, I'd go to Grandview Saturday. You have the bigger purse. He's not fully committed to Super Dirt Car Series. As far as I know, he's not committed to the series, so that kind of leaves his option. Do we want to go and run for X amount of dollars with Super Dirt Car? Probably win it, but do we want to throw our hat in the ring for Grandview's 25? I believe.
Yeah, but it's 53,000 to win at Fonda, and that's his best track.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it all depends. I know it's doable, but coming up from Bristol, Grandview's the closer of the options.
I'll say it, Adam, you're high.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever.
Sue's going to Fonda.
Okay. Whatever.
Okay, but it still brings up the question of who else. There's a lot of questionable cars. Who's going to go where?
Okay, so
I believe I already saw Maresca is coming to Grandview.
Yes, I saw our boy Mikey. Yep, we'll talk to him.
I don't know. you're gonna have the short track Super Series faithful follow there, and the Super Dirt Car Series people are gonna follow Super Dirt Car, and then Grandview will kind of get the mix of the PA guys like usual. Probably a couple guys from Bridgeport, New Egypt, so on and so forth. A couple guys from Diamond usually throw their hat in the ring. You figure the Norm's 357.
One name that is going
One
up
of the
north
Norm's
is
rides will go.
Jankowski. Jankowski's going up to Fonda. And it was
I
announced
don't
today that
blame him
Mimi
because
DeSantis is going to be in that car. It's going to be in his car.
What, in the 2?
Yep, Mimi DeSantis
That
is going to be
doesn't
in that car.
that doesn't surprise me whatsoever. To be honest, I mean,
it's good to see Mimi back though. Good to see Mimi back.
It is, but I don't know. Either way, I think you'll probably get to somewhere between 45 and 50 modifieds at Grandview.
So
I don't know.
I don't think that this is a question of PA versus New York. I think this is a question of New York versus New York, because you're going to have Grandview pick up your Delaware, New Jersey, Pennsylvania guys. But the question's going to be
the usual cast of characters.
Yes.
Is going to be at Grandview for the 76er. Maybe a straggler here or two.
Yeah, you're not going to get your invaders. You're not going to get those guys this year, I don't think. But it's going to be who runs where come Saturday night when it comes to Super Dirt versus Fonda. This is massive. I mean, I know you're talking Land of Legends up in Canandaigua, up by Rochester, Syracuse area up there, and then you have Fonda, Central New York. So it's going to be, but here's the thing too, is you brought that up, is that both of these guys, or both series, basically have the same guys almost, with that maybe exception of a couple. So
yeah,
I do think Stu is going to run Fonda. That's been his best track. He's favored to win the Fonda 200. Let's be honest with you here.
Shepard will go to Super Dirt Car, because he probably doesn't want to lose the points fund, and B, his platinum membership.
And he's leading the points right now. So yes, I hate to say that, but I think Shepard goes there. A guy like Bacchetti, I think Bacchetti goes to Fonda. I think Fonda has the better car count than what Canandaigua has.
Oh, absolutely. I think Canandaigua struggles to get 25 cars, personally.
Oh, are we back?
You're back or I'm back?
We're both back.
We're okay. Both back. I don't know. I think Canandaigua struggles to get 25, 30 cars, to be honest.
I think they get 30.
Mahaney will probably go to Canandaigua.
Mahaney will probably. I'm going to say Mahaney goes to Fonda. I think Mahaney goes. Well, hold on. Let me pull up Super Dirt points and let's see where we're at here.
You got to figure pretty much everyone in the top 5 of Super Dirt Car is probably going to go Super Dirt Car.
So Shepard, he's probably going to. He'll definitely go to Canandaigua. Billy Decker going to Fonda, or not Fonda. Canandaigua. Britain, Canandaigua. Mahaney's running 4th in points. So,
I'd say anyone in the top 5 of Super Dirt Car is going to go to.
So basically, well, Matt Williamson, he'll be at Canandaigua. He's running all year. Eric Rudolph, he could go. Either or. Jack Lehner, he'll definitely be running Canandaigua.
Yeah.
Demetrius Drillos, he'll definitely run Canandaigua. Larry White will run Canandaigua. Jimmy Phelps, Canandaigua. Chris Heil, probably Canandaigua. So I think Rudolph will probably be the one. Oh, okay. I see. So there's 18 guys right now, I guess, with the perfect attendance or whatever. Or I'm sorry. It's only up to, yes. So 18 drivers have a perfect attendance right now.
Okay.
Or have
I'd say
the bonus or whatever you want to call it. So they missed like 1 or 2
Yeah.
races, but they're committed to full season.
I'd say realistically 15 of those 18 probably go to Canandaigua.
Let's see. Tyler Dipple, here's a name. Where does he go?
It's easily Fonda.
Okay. Let's see what's
because I think in my mind Dipple's gonna want to get himself ready for the 200 lappers at other tracks this year.
What about Goulart? Does he go up to Fonda or does he come to Grandview? That might be a question.
My heart says Grandview, but maybe Fonda. It depends on where he sits in Short Track Super Series points.
Rocky Warner, he probably goes to Fonda. What about Kenny Tremont?
Oh, it's Super Dirt
he
car.
Go? You think he goes Super Dirt car? Okay.
Yeah.
I think he goes Fonda. Let's see here. I'm just looking through the Super Dirt car points. So I'm just pulling out regular names, regular kind of bigger names. Let's see here. What about Billy Van Imogen? What's he do?
Pretty sure he already said he's going to Fonda.
Okay. Let's see here. Trying to see here. All right. Well, I think that's a good little kind of mix right now. What to kind of expect this weekend. It's going to be fun. Parego. Oh, there's an Parego. Definitely Fonda. Parego's going to Fonda.
Yeah. I mean, you have Fonda, you have Steve Akers. So far, this is the Jessica Friesen's going to Fonda. Adam
So there you go. That means Friesen's going to Fonda.
Tanner Warner. Stuart Friesen said he's going to Fonda. Actually.
There it is.
Right there.
Right there it is.
J.R. Hilbert.
He's definitely going to Canandaigua.
Danny Varen's going to Fonda. Joe Judge. Craig Hansen.
Oh. So here's
the
T-Dip.
Call that one. Tyler Dipple's going to Fonda.
Who is?
Dipple. Parego's going to Fonda.
So, also Canandaigua is a guaranteed starter for Super Dirt Week. As well.
That's a tough one. I don't know.
All right.
A guaranteed starter doesn't necessarily mean what it used to.
True. I mean, it's $1,500 though.
Yeah. I don't know.
All right. Are you ready for this one?
I don't know.
Our board's ready.
Alan Johnson, Fonda. Rusty Smith, Fonda.
Well, as Adam's looking through the Super Dirt Car list here and who's going to Super Dirt Car, ladies and gentlemen, from the Weather Center, Peter is back with us tonight. Buddy, how you doing, man?
Bert, good evening. Adam, good morning.
Hola, senor.
What is going on, man? How is it? Is it weathery as fuck out where you are?
It is weathery as fuck where I am right now. Yes, it is. In fact, I'm in the cockpit of the Deplorer at the moment, and I stopped and dropped everything to make sure I made it to the Highside Hustle for my Wednesday night appearance.
Attaboy,
Bert, you were right. The Ketty to Fonda.
The Ketty to Fonda called that one. So, hey, you guys are...
Oh, hey, Adam, how are you?
Welcome to the conversation, buddy. Hey, beautiful weekend last weekend. Nailed that one here. You nailed the forecast again tonight here, but boy, this is the ball sweat meter. It is up to a 10 right now. Is this humidity going to break anytime soon, or are we back in the hell for the next weekend?
The reason those of us in the Midwest, Great Lakes, and northeastern United, well, actually, pretty much the eastern third of the United States, has storms rolling through right now is because we have a cold front coming through. So by Saturday, most of the Northeast is going to have 4 to 6 inches of snow on the ground.
Nice.
Just kidding. But we're going to drop like 10, 15 degrees for high temperatures tomorrow and Friday. Little bit of humidity tomorrow, but it's going to be only in the mid-70s tomorrow. So even though humidity is around, it's going to be a little more comfortable because it's not going to be so hot. Friday, same thing. But this weekend, once we get away from tomorrow, maybe some chance of a random shower or two. Friday, the same thing. That little system down over Texas and Louisiana is trying to wash the Gulf states out to sea right now. That's going to hang around there. That's hanging out for another 2 or 3 days down there. It's not moving far at all over the next 3 days. So as long as you're not in the southeastern United States, you've got a pretty good weekend coming. But seriously, if you're from East Texas over to Florida, up to Tennessee, over to the Carolinas, you're in for a wet few days. And we've got another hurricane coming up the coast. Well, it's not a hurricane yet, but mark my words, it's going to develop into a very strong off-the-coast hurricane. Should not make landfall in the eastern United States, but it's going to be close enough. It's going to dump a lot of water, create very, very, very dangerous surf conditions for the East Coast, all the way up through New Jersey and into Long Island, all the way down to Florida. And then if we're going back out, I know this has nothing to do with racing directly, but over the next 5 to 8 days, there are 3 potential hurricanes in the eastern Atlantic. There's a wave that came off of Africa this afternoon that is going to be a monster hurricane. Mark my words. It just came off as a tropical wave off of Western Africa today. And you give that another 5 to 8 days, that thing is going to become a monster. And there's nothing that's going to steer it north like these ones that are recently have been going. It's going to make due west, and it's going to head right for Bermuda. I'm sorry, it's going to head for Bahamas, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico. And then, sadly and unfortunately, I think it makes that turn to the north and heads into the Gulf again.
Oh, no. Those people don't need anything else down there. Oh,
they don't need it. And this one has the potential to be the strongest hurricane of the season.
Oh, Lord. Those people don't need that. Oh, God.
They don't. But if you're in the Midwest, northeastern United States, once you get away from tomorrow and Friday, where there's a small chance, you can't rule out a shower entirely. But this weekend is going to be absolutely gorgeous.
So it's a 5-cock weekend for the Sixers, don't you think?
I would say it's a 4.5-cock weekend. Unless you've been drinking, then it's most certainly a 5-cock weekend.
Well, we will. It's a 76er, Peter. I mean, there's going to be a lot of drinking consumed this weekend.
Is there any chance of rain on Saturday at all? Like morning,
Is there any
afternoon?
chance of you adopting me on Saturday, Adam?
Paperwork takes a little longer to come in.
The answer is the same for both questions. No.
Oh, that's what
the answer is no to both questions. Can I ask you fellas a direct racing question?
Always.
How do you feel about Pocono losing a race next year?
So, I'm not happy about it because it's kind of a traditionalist thing in me where I like seeing Pocono with 2 races. But I think that NASCAR needs to kind of see what they can get with this new car. I think that's a lot of it. But
so do you think it's a cost-cutting measure, or is it more of a test-the-car measure?
A little bit of both, I feel like, in my mind. Anyways.
Okay, so for these people that are making the cost-cutting argument, for 4 weeks, they go from the East Coast to California, back to the East Coast, back to California, back to the East Coast. How's that saving money?
It's not.
It doesn't, and it doesn't make
I
any sense.
I swear to God, I have not fed him a damn thing. I don't know where this is coming from.
I love it.
If that is a cost-saving measure to rob Pocono in the heart of NASCAR fan country, when you're dying and begging for NASCAR fans, you steal a race from probably the most hardcore race fans in the country and say, sorry. When last year, for the first time ever, you did a doubleheader and you sold the damn place out for the first time ever. How do you steal that away from them?
Massive success.
Yeah,
it was.
NASCAR is struggling for fans because there isn't that old school mentality and tobacco money there anymore. But
hang on, Adam.
They say they want to cut costs, but yet the prototypes for these cars cost more than all 4 of us make in a year.
Okay, so
put together for 10 years.
obviously you need to spend money on the car because that is your tool. That is what's bringing in the fans, creating the competition, drawing in the sponsorship, the advertising, and all those things that make it a business. But if it's a cost-cutting measure, why don't you have your Arizona, California, Nevada races in the same month so you're not driving back and forth across the country? Then have your Southeastern races the next month, your Northeastern races the next month, and then your Midwest races the next month. Then to wrap it up, you go down to the Carolinas and finish those races in Bristol and Charlotte, where you have the biggest and longest tradition in NASCAR history. Why don't you do that if it's a cost-cutting measure?
Do you remember back in the day when NASCAR, they would start at Daytona, obviously, which it's always there, but then they go to Rockingham week 2. They go to Rockingham, Atlanta, and then go west. If they would do that,
and they'll no longer go to Rockingham. And then we no longer go to Rockingham. Why don't we? Tell me why that is. I can tell you why they don't go to Rockingham. There's not enough seats.
Smith is an asshole. Bruton Smith is
There's not enough seats.
That's exactly what it is.
There's not enough seats at Rockingham. Absolutely.
Oh,
Nazareth.
No,
Nazareth was a great little track. Gone.
Nazareth, yes. I would have loved to see. I never got to see a race there, but I would love to see a Busch race there. But still,
back in the day, I did EMS at the Nazareth NASCAR race, and every time I would do that race, I would leave with like 50 baseball caps because all the teams would give everybody baseball caps.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I feel like NASCAR and baseball are competing to ruin their own sports.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they're playing a game of who can shoot each other in the foot worse.
Yeah,
I just don't get it. NASCAR, unlike any other sport, arguably is the most fan-attached sport that there is. The sport literally cannot exist without the fans. And the fans are the most diehard fans in any sport. I don't care what other sport you're talking about. How you take away from the core fan base that you have and a traditionally strong fan base, and you say, you know what, thank you for last year. We did a first ever thing to experiment with it. You guys blew the sails out of the water. It was a massive success. And to reward you, we're going to steal a race from you this year.
And not only steal a race, we're going to put it in a market that has literally no interest in motorsports whatsoever.
So
that is my point, Adam. That is my point.
They have a hard time selling out football games between both of their respected teams in that area. You know.
All right, but let's be fair. Wait. Let's be fair. If we had comparable drivers in St. Louis as you do teams in St. Louis, nobody go to the races either. Let's be fair.
One thing here, I will say this: I do love the move to Gateway. I do love that because Gateway's a fun track. It does very well with IndyCar. It does very well with the Truck Series and the Busch Series. Or the
okay. Whoa. Bert, stop. Bert, you can't make that argument. You cannot make that argument. You can say that it's a great natural.
Hold on. I think Adam's looking at the move of the Clash to Los Angeles.
I am fully on board for Gateway.
Oh, but Gateway, yes, absolutely.
There is only one sport that does well in Los Angeles. Only one sport that does well in Los Angeles, and it's
baseball is
sports.
king.
Let's face it.
Well, that and baseball.
Well, and I mean the Lakers and Clippers, they do pretty well out, but basically anything indoors. Yeah, but the Rams are transplants. The Rams are transplants.
Every team out there is a transplant. Everybody out there is a transplant. How do you build a fan base when you keep stealing them? You move them away and bring somebody new, and you move them away. That's like asking your kids to keep loving every woman you bring home for the weekend. You know she's not lasting.
Yeah.
That's the best.
I mean, I'll be curious.
I never put it any better.
I'll be curious to see how they ultimately promote that event in LA, but I think that particular area has literally no interest in motorsports.
I think NASCAR's got an uphill battle in Los Angeles that they don't have with NASCAR. I'm sorry, that they don't have with Indy or even Formula One, because Indy and Formula One had that snobby air about them. They had that same sort of persona that California stereotypically has. California, unless you go into like Eastern Desert California, is not a NASCAR state. It's just freaking not.
Yeah, I mean, it was back in the day when Riverside was up. Riverside, that was outside of LA, so that
Back
was a good
in the
racetrack.
day, outside of
Yes.
LA, absolutely.
And you had
NASCAR is a
what the hell? Chris, what was the other track out there in LA?
Well, Riverside was there,
not Riverside,
and there was also
the
Ontario,
Oval.
which was
Ontario,
basically a
that's it.
clone of Indianapolis.
But they used, here's a fun fact for you guys. They used the pits as the NHRA finals before Pomona. They used the pits as the track strip.
Yes.
Back in the 70s and 80s. So that's
I'm
a
just
fun fact.
amazed that you guys are having a real conversation on racing. I was fully prepared to have to query Peter on the all-new DeWeather space program.
Yes, we have to hear about that.
So we do have the dildo that will be launched. Dildo is an acronym. Thank you very much. For something that I cannot recall right now. Oh, the daylight intense lightning detection object. The daytime intense lightning detection object, or that's a mouthful, so we say dildo. Speaking of mouthfuls,
so it has nothing to do with the cock missile that Elon or that fucking Bezos sent up.
No, so Adam, here's the thing. Ours is for the good of mankind. Bezos is for selling more Amazon products and self-promotion. Our dildo is not to fuck anyone. Our dildo is for scientific meteorological purposes.
I love this. Oh, that's great. So when's this launching and what's the purpose?
It will launch at the DeWeather Cares Great Tits Kickball Tournament on October 2nd from beautiful downtown Emerald, Lehigh County, Pennsylvania.
Awesome.
The site was chosen because the winds that day should take it northeast, and if it crashes into Palmerton, no one will notice.
Exactly. Nobody gives a shit about Palmerton, especially you, Palmerton.
Zinc has killed anything important in Palmerton, so it's a good crash zone.
Perfect. I think it is. So, hey, how's everything going with the Weather Cares? I see you're trying really hard with that and get that going. And
so we had a little bit of
how's that rolling along?
We have officially filed paperwork with the state of Pennsylvania to become a recognized nonprofit, 501c3 nonprofit. We did that last week, and then there was some kind of software glitch with the place we went through. And so after 1 or 2 days it was supposed to take, I called them on day 4. They had no idea we even ordered. Then they found out and they had a software glitch. So I refiled today. They fast forwarded it. It's in Pennsylvania's hands right now, and within 7 to 10 days we should have our nonprofit tax status. And then once we get that, we can apply to the IRS for a 501c3.
That's fantastic. Hey, before let's go promote the kickball tournament and everything else you got going on with the Weather Center, my friend.
Look, man, the only thing we've really got going on at the Weather Center is the Weather Cares, which we've always done for the last dozen years. We're separating them now. So we'll continue being the Weather Center. The Weather Center will always, and will continue to do supporting local charities and local causes. The Weather Cares is going to be a separate entity, nonprofit entity that's going to focus on helping people after natural disasters.
And it's an awesome, awesome product there. Peter, my friend, we'll see you tomorrow morning on YSL, and Blue will be up at 5 a.m. And my friend, we'll see you next Wednesday here on the Highside Hustle.
Bert, Adam, I look forward to it.
All right, buddy. Talk to you next week. There he goes. Peter and his son, Dadam. It's your favorite time of the week. It is your favorite time of the week. Don't
bedtime.
Oh, no. The time you have with your son, Peter, is the best time of the damn week. You know that. It's one of my favorites because this boy, he nails it. So you can take that to the bank. We are going to get all 3 races, every race in this weekend, I believe, or I think so. Anyway, Peter says take it to the bank on it, so we should be good on that. So
I'll be big mad if we get rain on Saturday. Like even one fucking drop. Coming for you, Peter.
He's going back to the orphanage. Back to the orphanage.
Yeah, you can. Telling you, if I see one drop of rain anywhere on my travels, paperwork's getting canceled.
Jesus Christ! All right, ask your question.
So, where are you going this weekend?
Well, tomorrow night we're going to head down to the Babs Motor Speedway for the Greg Hodnick Classic. Love that race down there at Babs, and do a little bit of pushing tomorrow night with the 410 sprint cars, and it's a Dirt Classic qualifier as well, which we have not talked about tonight. Probably should a little bit here before we get off the air. Friday night, going to head to the Grove for the Dirt Classic qualifier as well. That's with the All Stars on Friday night, and then Saturday we're going to the Sixer. First time as a Sixer in a couple of years, and I'm excited. Of course, posted here on National Racing Network. Yeah, I'm excited to get to the Sixer. And what about yourself, Big Sexy?
Still undecided on tomorrow. I'll let you know. Maybe I'll ride down with you. Maybe I'll drive.
Let me know.
We'll get you probably Girl Friday, I'd imagine. You already know where I'll be on Saturday, and Sunday is going to be a day of recovery and football, my friend.
Yeah, Sunday's going to suck for me, I think.
It's okay. Football? I'll keep you updated.
Football.
It's this fun game we like to watch while we're eating chicken wings and being
betting.
Oh yeah, you already know them
racing.
Sports. You already know them sports bets are going in at about 2:00 tomorrow afternoon.
Don't bet tomorrow night's game. Stay away from that. But if you feel
stupid, God, no.
Take Washington with the points. Take Washington with the points.
No.
But anyway, last race we got to talk about. Yeah, I'm staying away from that game. Last thing, Dirt Classic this weekend. We didn't even talk about that down at the Lincoln Speedway. Dirt Classic 8 or 9, whatever one they're up to now. I don't remember, but
it's because you can't read Roman numerals, isn't it?
I think they're up to 9. Yeah, 9. I think. No, I'm trying to think back here from years. So, yeah, 9. So, whatever.
Yeah.
Or no, it is 8. No, it is. Yeah, it is 8. Never mind. Yeah, it is 8 because it started 14. Anyway, Dirt Classic this weekend. Fun format. Dual heats, passing points, all that good stuff. Who you got for that?
What do I got for the Dirt Classic? Brent Marks.
Oh, he's been very good at Lincoln. Very good at Lincoln. I like that one. I like that.
How about you?
Well, All-Stars first trip down there, but I'm gonna go with Peck. I'm gonna take Peck in that one because he's ran Lincoln very well. Obviously he has a Speed Week win, but I like Peck. Don't count the Weiss. He does have Dirt Classic win already, to his credit. Could be an upset. Don't know. Dietrich's been knocking on the door of Dirt Classic for the last couple of years. Hasn't won one yet, so I know he'll be chomping at the bit for that one. And so I think we'll go with that. And should we do our Sixer pick, or should we wait till Saturday to do that?
No, we'll do our Sixer picks.
Do them now.
All
Who
right.
you got?
Come on in, Chris.
Who you got?
I don't know who's running. I wasn't paying attention during that segment.
Just pick a Grandview guy.
I have to put some thought into this. CVD.
Solid pick. Adam?
No, go ahead. Floor is yours.
No. Go ahead. Floor is yours. Unless you need time to think. Because I got mine. I have mine.
Does yours involve an J and an S?
Just because he's been the best driver at Grandview this year. Yes. Strunk wins.
It's not just the best.
Sixers.
He's, at this point, might as well be the king of the 76ers. So,
yes. How many Sixers does he have right now?
God.
412.
Gotta be.
Feels like it.
No.
He's got to have at least 5.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Jeff Strunk. I'll go with him to win that just because he's been so damn consistent at Granby this year. Ran very well, and he runs well in the sixer every year. He saves his shit to the end when it really needs to count. And um, I think Strunk's a good pick, but I'm gonna go with don't count out Dwayne Howard either. Howard can win the sixer. He's been running very well this year. Von Doren, obviously, you never count out the big three at Granby. Howard, Von Doren, and Strunk. You never count those boys out. But what if we would see a dark horse? What would your dark horse be for the sixer?
Dark.
Well, what's your pick too? But your dark horse as well.
Pick is 100% strong. Dark horse?
Yeah.
Kevin Hertzler.
I like Hertzler. I like that. I think Hertzler would be a good pick. I'm gonna go with. I think for my dark horse is somebody that is good at Grandview, but the big money races, he doesn't really have that yet. And I think Goulart. Because think about it, in the sixer, it's always either Howard, Strunk, Von Doren.
Goulart's won the sixer.
Has he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did.
Sure.
He did win it a couple years ago.
2 years ago, I believe.
Yes. Yes, he did. He did win that 2 years ago. But I mean, Pout. I mean, this is a weird race because you count guys that are strong everywhere else, but they are dark horses when it comes to the sixer, like Pouch Jr., which Billy's going to be in this weekend. Waddy, Goulart, those guys. There's a handful of guys out there that could win this, but it always circles back to the big three: Howard, Von Doren, and Strunk. And it seems like every year it comes down to those three in the last 25 laps.
Yeah, I wouldn't count out Cressley this year either.
No, don't you dare count out Cressley either. Yeah,
I'd like to see Umpenhauer do something. Also, wanted to give a shout out to him and pass along my condolences to the Umpenhauer family.
Yes,
while I had a second, also, I'd definitely like to see him do some good things this weekend. I don't know. I mean, it's a long 76 laps. And we've already proven that you can start way back in the field and come up through. You just got to stay out of the jingles, really. I mean, you get involved in an early incident, and rest of your night kind of just goes downhill from there.
Stay out of the Minuteman too. That'll probably help out a lot if you can stay out of the Minuteman.
Yeah, that would. But I don't know. Let's see. The last couple of years, the Minutemans have actually gone clean and green. Just surprising.
Well, I'm sorry. Like starting deep, like having to start deep. In that sense.
What, the start 25th through 30th?
Yeah. I mean, I know it's a long 76 laps, but still, I mean, that you gotta, as you said, you gotta get through the shit. You gotta get through the pile-ups. And inevitably it's gonna happen because and nobody uses their head. Nobody uses their head.
No.
And I'm curious to see how our discussion about the diamond a couple weeks ago with the Gold Cracker, if some of that plays true to Saturday night at Grandview.
I doubt it.
We will see. So, all right. Anything else, boy?
I'm trying to figure out.
I see the smoke coming out of your head.
No, it used to be on the website on on who has the most, but I can't find it at the moment.
It should be there, I think.
It's not.
for the 4 people watching, we appreciate you sticking around with us here in the Highside Hustle. They don't have
You guys are rock stars, man.
We try.
The
Yeah,
people love you.
I
Hey,
want to
Chris,
say Jeff
yeah, go ahead.
has 7 or 8.
Let me see here. Maybe it might have it in the press release here. Let's see here. It does not. I mean, you're in some big names. Yeah, Goulart does have a 6er. You're right. How about this? Here's a name on the list here. Fred Raymer. He has a 6er to his credit. Oh, here is a dark horse, and I forgot he's running. Briggs Danner. That could be fun to watch.
That could be.
That could be that. Bobby Barron. It looks like he's coming down here.
That could be interesting.
That could be very interesting. So we'll see. We'll see what Briggs does. I'm very interested to watch that one. All right. Anything else, boys, before we wrap this show up and go get ready to get this weekend started?
No, not that I can think of.
Else? All righty, Chris. What's coming up on the National Racing Network this week?
We're back to the insanity that is the world of esports. Coming up tomorrow night, doubleheader.
A wild week.
Yes. We got the doubleheader tomorrow night, the Grid Rival Ezra IndyCar Series, followed up by the Indy Pro 2000 officials. Friday night is championship night, I believe, at Linda's Speedway. We will be back out there with live video coverage for the Linda's National Open, which should be pretty darn fantastic, as always. And then we have Monday night Silver Crowns. Tuesday night, the TNT Rock Block, 8 to 11:30 p.m., 3 series back to back to back. It's awesome.
That TNT series, that is fun. That is a lot of fun. And then us knuckleheads next Wednesday night then.
If the 4 viewers want you back, we'll bring you back.
Oh my God. Hold on a second.
We're going to have a great... Oh, what is he doing? Oh, I know. He's going to get the Sixer shirt. He's going to get the Sixer shirt. What he's doing. So I'm going to...
Did he fall down the stairs or something?
No, I don't think he fell down the stairs yet. Because you would have heard the earthquake. And I love you, Adam. I love you to death, but...
Yeah, I didn't feel anything down here.
I will see everyone in hell. I can't wait. Oh boy, so yeah, man. Oh, by the way, who's your Dirt Classic pick? He didn't give us that. Who's your Dirt Classic pick?
Lincoln?
Yeah.
Danny Dietrich.
You know what? That's a solid pick. Honest. I mean,
the man is a national treasure. We need him on the show.
We will get him. We will get Dietrich. If he wins the Dirt Classic, I'll go grab Dietrich. But we will get Dietrich very soon. He's a fun time. He's a very fun time. Yeah. No, we will get Danny on the show very soon. But yeah. That was fun. That was a fun night tonight. Glad to have Logan on the show. That's one of the boys I've been trying to get on the show for a while, is Logan. And just, you need to get the right timing into it. And I hope to get Mike back on the show that we can actually have a conversation with him next time. And not sit here all pissed off about it.
I think Adam actually died somewhere. So
no.
Oh
no, wait, there he is. You resurrected him. Peter has resurrected him.
Never mind, I can't find it.
You were looking for your Sixer shirt, weren't you?
I was looking for last year's Sixer shirt.
I knew it.
And it's usually right in the top of the pile because I wear it all the time.
Well, you can.
So it's covered in mustard and chicken wing sauce.
Probably. I just need to see the names on the back. Oh, but I can't find it. So.
Well. Oh well. We'll leave the people in suspense until next weekend. So when we have
the person,
probably get the winner of the Sixer and probably the winner of their Classic. We'll try our best for both of them, but we'll see where the week goes. So, all right, folks, that's going to do it for the Highside Hustle here on the National Racing Network. As always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for the kind words this past weekend up at Port and Georgetown, everywhere we went at Linda's. We appreciate you all so much, and we hope you guys enjoy this shit show we put on every Wednesday night. And of course, we'll be back here running basically through the month of November, and then the season 1 will be in the book. So for everyone here at the National Racing Network, that's Big Sexy Adam Rubright, Chris Kramer, executive producer. My name is Bert Wojcik. Keep on hustling, folks. We'll see you guys next Wednesday night, 8 p.m. right here on the National Racing Network.